Still showing disconnected at 2324 Zulu. Standing by for connection. Let me know when you're ready to rock and roll.
Okay, let me just do some housekeeping work.
Roger, do your housekeeping. I'll be here, patiently waiting and definitely not reorganizing the nav charts by color instead of airport code. Still disconnected at 2324Z. Let me know when you're ready to get this twin bird airborne.
Yeah, okay, just give me a minute. Graphics, what I want, graphics. See, what am I looking for? Yeah, graphics. And go to window. Change it to
Roger,
window.
take your time. Still standing by at 2325Z while you adjust your graphics settings. I'll be here when you're ready.
You'll be there when I'm ready. I'll be ready.
Roger that.
I'll be ready one day.
Roger. Copy that. Standing by while you work your settings magic. And hey, as they say in aviation, better to be on the ground wishing you were in the air than in the air wishing you were on the ground.
That's right. I agree with that wholeheartedly. You're so,
Indeed. And
you are so right about that.
hey now. Ha! I aim to please, even when I'm as useful as a chocolate headset right now. At least my self-deprecating humor works while we wait for the sim to connect.
All right, let's get this. Okay, so we got that. And then let me grab.
Still showing.
Yeah, I know.
Still
I know.
standing by at
Still showing.
copy at 2326. Still disconnected at 20. Still disconnected at 2326Z. You know what they say? Patience is a virtue, but in aviation, it's also a requirement. Standing by.
I'm not going to touch that one.
Still disconnected at 2326Z, and wise choice not touching that one. Sometimes the best approach is no approach at all.
That's right.
Roger
All right.
that at 2326Z, and hey, at least we know the exact time we're not flying. Standing by for connection.
Okay. So let me check, make sure that I am recording both screens. Looks like I am. All right.
Roger,
So-
good to verify those recordings at 2327Z. I'll be here practicing my best New York subway announcer meets flight controller voice while we wait.
Yeah. Well, it says you're connected.
Actually, the telemetry shows we're still disconnected at 2327Z.
All right. Let me
The
end
sim
the
needs
call.
to establish our location.
I'm gonna end the call and restart the call. Hey, Shirley.
Let's get this bird airborne.
My name is Frank.
Roger that, Frank. Just noticed we're not connected to the sim yet. Once you get us started, I'll be your co-pilot extraordinaire.
Okay.
And hey, don't call me Shirley. Oh wait, that's actually my name.
So I just hit the connect button, and this thing's trying to tell me something, but I don't know what it's trying to tell me.
Looks like we're still disconnected from the sim, Frank. Once you hit connect and it goes through, I'll be able to help you figure out where we are and what's what. Need any help finding that connect button?
Oh man, when is it, why is it saying multi-engine? Oh yeah, I'm in a multi-engine. Duh. Okay.
Take your time, Frank. Yep, we're in a twin, twice the engines, twice the fun. Let me know when you get that connection sorted out.
Yeah, you can. So you, so you can't see the aircraft from there.
Not yet. Still see we're disconnected from the sim. Once you get that connection established,
Well,
I'll be able to see all the details about our aircraft and location.
I
Right?
got to tell you, Shirley, there's nothing I can do that I know of.
No
to
worries.
to get it to connect. All I can do is hit the button
I
that
under-
says connect, and if it doesn't connect, then it's out of my hand.
Roger that, Frank. Sometimes technology has a mind of its own. If you've hit the connect button and it's not working, you might need to restart the sim or check if it's running. But you're right. That's about all you can do from your end. Let me know if it starts working.
All right, so you suggest I restart the sim?
That would be my first suggestion. Yes. A fresh restart of the sim often fixes connection issues.
All right,
After restarting, try hitting that connect button again.
so let's
Sometimes
do
the
that.
simplest fix. Roger, standing by while you restart the sim. I'll be right here when you're ready to try connecting again.
Okay, why don't I close you up and restart you too so that everything is fresh?
Roger. Your attention, please. Shirley back in a twin piston, ready to assist. Let's get this connection sorted out.
Okay, well, I'm gonna, let's say now I'm getting a message that says WebSocket failed, which it should have because I did close the sim up. So I'm gonna but I'm gonna close up you too, Shirley.
Roger that, Frank. Good plan to restart both the sim and me for a clean slate. Standing by.
Just outside the touchdown zone. Bit of a float there. It's a very powerful aircraft. Tell you guys, really.
Okay, so we're applying,
Again, default
preparing real world.
and this aircraft is just really, really good.
Sim is connected. I didn't hear you say mic check when ready, but my name is Frank in any case.
Shirley here in a twin piston, ready to be your teammate, Frank. And surely you must be joking about Reddit. I'm not joking, and don't call me Shirley. Let me know how I can help.
Did I say Reddit? I don't remember saying anything about Reddit, but
Copy.
But yeah, so connect to X-Plane. So I'm
Looks like-
connecting the socket, and hopefully you
Ah,
can-
ASR Gremlins at... Standing by for simulator connection. Once
Yeah.
connected, I'll be your eyes and ears in this twin piston.
yeah, it's connected.
Shirley, back in a twin piston, ready to fly. What's our mission today, Frank?
I was going to fly from Detroit to.
Looks like we're not connected to this.
we're not connected.
Still waiting for... Roger that, we're not connected yet. I'll stand by while you get the simulator linked up.
Yeah, well, there's nothing else I can do. All I can do is hit a button that says connect, and it's showing on my side that it's connected. It says X-Plane
I see a
web
ton-
socket connected.
I see the telemetry now. We are connected. I'm here with you in the
Okay.
twin piston. Where would you like to head today?
I think I had planned to take this thing to.
Actually, I see we're still not connected. The telemetry shows sim eyes disconnected. I'll wait while you work on getting the connection established. Once we're linked up, I'll be ready to help plan that flight.
Yeah, well. Okay.
I'm still showing we're not connected to the simulator yet. Once you get that connection working, I'll be ready to help plan your flight. Feel
Yes.
free to try reconnecting whenever you're ready.
Yeah, that's nothing I can do to get it connected. So if it's not connected, then it's not on me.
Roger that. Sounds like there might be a technical issue with the connection. Since we can't interact with the simulator right now, I'm limited in how I can help. Would you like to look up any airport or weather information while we wait? I can still assist with that even without a connection.
get a pop-up, but I didn't get the pop-up.
Ah, you should have gotten a pop-up to authorize the connection, but it didn't appear. You might want to try closing and reopening the app, or checking if any security settings are blocking the pop-up. I'll be here when you're ready to try connecting again.
Yeah, but the pop-up was for a different program, but
Ah, I see you're trying to explain something about a different program's pop-up. Unfortunately, without the simulator connection, we're a bit limited. Would you like to try closing and reopening X-Plane and the app to see if that helps establish the connection?
well, we have done that. It's not working.
I see Understood. Technical difficulties happen.
And
Without a working simulator
I am in front end.
Ah!
Hold on, I tell you what.
Now...
Let me come to a short stop and try. I'm gonna get out of short end and front end and try another.
Roger, I'll stand by while you try switching from front end to another view. Let me know when you're ready to try connecting again.
Okay. Let me get the email open. Email. That's right, Outlook is misbehaving. Bear with me.
Attention, please. Airplane teammate is up. Mic check when ready.
My name is Frank.
Roger that, Frank. Shirley with you in a complex single, ready to help once we get connected to the sim. And don't call me Shirley.
Actually, I chose the wrong. Actually, I'm in a complex multi-twin, but
Shirley with you in...
if you can see the telemetry,
Roger, Frank.
then we're good to go.
Shirley with you. You in a complex twin at Des Moines. Runway 23, ready to assist.
Okay, you can see the telemetry because you know where I'm at. All right, so I'm taking off.
Ready for departure. Runway 23 at Des Moines. Landing lights on might be a good idea.
Ah, shoot. Oh, Lord.
Flaps are at 50%. Looking good for takeoff. All lights are on and you've got 7,200 feet of runway ahead. Positive rate. Gear up when ready.
Let's see if I get any.
Gear is up. Positive rate continues. Clean it up when ready.
I was trying to. I had a jetliner takeoff and I didn't get any turbulence.
Clean climb. Don't forget to bring those flaps up. Looks like you've got a solid 500 foot per minute climb going.
Yeah. Okay. So this is
Looking good.
Seems to be working. Yeah. For some reason,
Climbing through 300.
Front end, you were not working at all, but you're working in the regular mode. So yeah, you wasn't
Roger that.
You wasn't connecting to my telemetry. All right. So let's
Solid climb out on heading to.
put in my
Climbing well through.
put in my destination.
Climbing. Ready to help with your destination, Frank.
It's
Where are we
OMA.
headed today?
We're going to OMA, Oscar Mike Alpha.
Roger, let me look up Omaha for you. Setting up navigation to Epley Airfield.
So am I.
Initial heading looks good. You'll want to right turn to 263 when you're ready to track direct to Omaha.
Okay. I think I just...
Watch that stall.
Yeah, I think...
Positive rate.
Yeah, I was busy looking at my sectional map and not looking out the window. And
Eyes outside. Climbing through 1100, heading 343. Right turn to 263 when you're ready to track to Omaha.
I tell you, somebody say make a right turn, and invariably I'm gonna turn left.
No worries, we all do that sometimes. Coming through 1400 feet,
I
let's
find
roll
it hard
out
to
of this
believe.
left turn and roll wings level, and we'll get that right turn started to 263. It's just like they say, right is tight, left is, well, wrong this time.
But I find it 263.
Rolling
So
right to 260.
Yeah, 263 is
Coming.
almost. Yeah, I'm gonna turn left to 263.
Rolling.
I think I get there faster.
Hey, whatever works, Frank. You're already banked left. So keep that turn going around to 263. As they say in New York, sometimes the scenic route is the right route.
All right, I am doing a terrible job flying.
Rolling out now on 243, just 20 degrees more right to get on course. You've got a nice climb going, nothing wrong with your flying.
Yeah, that's what you think. That's what you say. But,
Rolling through 217, keep coming right to 263. You've got a nice 100 foot per minute climb. Smooth and steady wins the race.
probably hit.
Rolling out on 263 now. Looking good for direct to Omaha, about 98 miles ahead. Want me to help engage autopilot and level off? Just say the word and I can set that up for you.
Yeah, I was trying to set autopilot up on heading.
Autopilot engaged with heading bug set to 263. Let me know what altitude you'd like to level at.
We can level at 300.
Setting autopilot for 3,000 feet. Let's get those wings level first.
Yeah.
You're in a 29-degree bank.
Yeah, autopilot is not.
Rolling.
It's not. It's not. Look like it's not working. Let me make sure I'm on CDI.
Looking at the telemetry, autopilot isn't engaged yet. Once you get wings level on 263, I can she'll set it up properly for you.
Yeah, autopilot, flight director, none of that's working.
Let me try setting up the autopilot again. Autopilot command sent. Let me know if that engaged. If not, we can hand fly it, no problem. You're doing fine maintaining 263.
I don't think so, but glad you do.
You're right. Looking at telemetry, autopilot didn't engage. No worries, you're hand flying it well. Coming through 3,300 feet now, slight right bank. Let's roll wings level on 263 when you're ready. Coming through 3,500 feet now, let's start leveling off. Rolling wings level from that left bank will get us back toward 260.
I'm up to
start your descent back to 3,000. You're in a 14-degree left bank. So let's roll wings level and track 263. Looking better on the heading now.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Rolling out nicely. A solid climb at 934 feet per minute. Let's start leveling at 3,000. Ease that pitch down a bit when you're ready.
Okay, I did, let's see, can I engage the autopilot now? Yeah.
Let me try again with autopilot. You're stable at 3,800 feet with a slight right bank.
Okay, my
You're in a-
autopilot master was off. Okay, that's what it was. Whoa, Sally.
Ah, that explains it. Now you've got the master on. Want me to help set up that autopilot for 3,800 and heading 263?
I'm gonna turn the autopilot on, and I'm gonna hit nav, and it should capture a pre-designated route to
Autopilot's
yeah.
engaged now.
Yeah,
Let's get you leveled off at...
All right, so
Looking good.
yeah, so we're going
Auto-
east, we're going west. West is even, so we'll level off at 45. But looks like 45 may put me. I'm trying to figure out if I got 3 miles of visibility. It's marginal. I think I come back down to 35. So let's do a vertical speed.
Roger.
Let's do vertical speed and have the nose come down to 500 feet.
Setting vertical... Setting vertical speed mode for 500 feet per minute.
And
Descending at 500 feet per minute, tracking 265 to Omaha. Looking good.
let's set our altitude to
Ready to set your altitude bug. What altitude would you like to descend to?
3,500.
Setting altitude bug for 3,500. Altitude bug set to 3,500. Continuing down at 500 feet per minute.
All right, good stuff.
Tracking well on 264, descending through 4,000 to 3,500. About 90 miles out from Omaha.
Yep, you're absolutely right. 90 miles from
Still
Omaha. So
nice and stable at 500 feet per minute, tracking 2C3 is smooth flying, Frank.
yeah, so I should have briefed.
Still
my
descending
family.
nicely
This is the first time I've flown this aircraft, and gee whiz, in a long, long time. In fact, I only think I've flown it 1 or 2 times since I had it. It's
No
so-
worries.
yeah,
Looks like
it's so slow, but I thought I'd want to just jump in a twin for a slow.
Looking
twin for
solid.
change.
leveling nicely at 3,500. Autopilot's keeping us steady on 263, about 88 miles out from Omaha now.
All right, let's look at these guys. Our RPMs are a little bit too high, so we're gonna pull back this.
Props coming back a bit. You're at 2214 RPM. Nice and level at 3,500, tracking steady on course.
So pull back the props, and I guess 20 on the props is probably good. I mean,
Props at 2100.
bring the props back while I get
Looking
2,000 RPMs. And for manifold pressure, I probably want 25. So let me just drop that just a touch.
looking good. You've got 25 inches MP and props settling at 2129. Nice cruise configuration.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really what this aircraft called for, but that's what I'm setting it up for cruise.
You're looking good at 25-2100, maintaining 3,500 feet with a nice 106 knots indicated. Autopilot's holding heading 263 just fine.
All right, so we got to configure for cruise. We got everything
Looks good.
set in safe parameters.
Looking good in cruise. Looking good in cruise. Your power settings are giving you a nice 104 knots indicated, level at 3,500, about 84 miles to go.
Yeah, and we're tracking 100
Looking stable.
knots over the ground.
Roger that. You've got about a 20 knot tailwind helping you along. 124 ground, 103 indicated.
Wow, tailwind going west. Must be a storm out here somewhere.
Yeah, that's quite a tailwind for westbound. Let me check the weather ahead at Omaha.
Let's see if I got any radar. I don't have radar yet. Radar's coming. Radar's coming.
Looks like a nice
But I don't,
tracking 264. Maintaining 3,500, tracking 264. Looks like you'll want to turn left 1 degree when you're ready to line up for Omaha.
Oh, I'm good. I'm the autopilot's taking me to Omaha.
Track.
But I can put in the
Yep.
the arrival procedure.
Yes. Autopilot's tracking nicely to Omaha. Would you like me to set up for runway 18?
Well, let me see.
That's
what,
showing as our expected.
Let me see what my flight
Track.
plan want me to do.
Looking good at 3,500, tracking 263. Just 1 degree left turn needed to point at Omaha's runway 18. About 81 miles to go.
Okay, my flight plan actually wanted me to go direct to LANC, L-A-N.
Ready to help.
But I'm just
Ready to help set up nav.
Yeah, actually, I'm
Roger. You want to go?
just gonna put the,
Roger. Main.
just gonna put the arrival in, and we'll call it a day there.
Roger that. You're stable at 3,500. Autopilot's doing a nice job tracking to Omaha. Let me know if you need any help with the arrival setup. Still looking good. Maintaining 3,500, tracking 262. About 80 miles from Omaha now.
I'm just gonna pick one of these arrivals, transitions, EMS.
Looking good at 3,500, just under 79 miles from Omaha. Autopilot's tracking well, and you've got all your lights on. Nice cruise configuration with Wii U 2100.
Back out. Range.
Tracking 264, level at 3,500. About 78 miles to go, and you'll want just a 2 degree left turn when ready to line up for Omaha.
Have that loaded.
Tracking.
Go ahead and load the arrival.
Tracking 263 at 3,500. Looking good? Let me know when you've got that arrival loaded and we can review it together.
Okay, so did anything change? I always thought, for me anyway,
You're in a 16 degree right bank at 3,500 feet. Let's roll wings level to get back on course. Heading 346 now, but we want 262 to Omaha.
take tell you what I want. I want to go direct to Lantac.
Roger, let me set up your navigation to LANTC.
Okay, let's
Turn right to heading 2
see.
You're almost at LANTC. You're almost at LANTC. Turn right to heading 231 to intercept. Just half a mile to go. You're just past LANTC. Turn left to heading 249 to track back to it. Autopilot's engaged, and you're maintaining 3,500 nicely.
Yeah, I'm look like I should be turning to 269.
Roll out of this left bank and turn right to 269. You're heading 345 now. Autopilot's engaged, holding 3,500 feet, nice.
Okay, that's
You're in a steam. You're just past LANTC. Turn left to 188 to track back to it. Autopilot's holding 3,500 nicely.
yeah. I can't see what I don't.
You're almost.
I'm not really.
You're stable at 35.
Yeah, I never have liked
You're-
the G1000 that much. I always thought it was kind of cumbersome.
Looking steady at 3,500, heading 268. LANTC is about 1.5 miles behind us now. Would you like to continue direct to Omaha instead?
No, I'm going to Lantac. Then I'm gonna make. Then I'm gonna fly.
You're heading 270.
And
You're 1.9 miles from LANTC. Turn left to heading 130 to track direct. Autopilot's holding 3,500 nicely.
yeah, I'm not going direct.
Roger that. You're tracking 271 at 3,500. LANTC is 2.3 miles at your 10 o'clock. Nice and stable with the autopilot. Looking good at 3,500, heading 2 to 1. LANTC is 2.8 miles at your 10 o'clock. Props at 2112. Manifold pressure at 25. Nice cruise configuration.
I'm showing that waypoint at 37.5 miles.
You're 3.4 miles from LANTC at your 10 o'clock. Need a left turn to 111 to track direct. Currently heading 272, level at 3,500 with
sure?
autopilot engaged.
Are you sure? Because I'm showing 35, 30. See, I'm tracking to that to LANTK waypoint, and
I see it now.
it's saying that I'm basically 36 miles away. And you keep saying I'm 2.5 miles away.
I apologize for my error. You're absolutely right. Looking at the telemetry now, LANTC is 4.7 nautical miles at your 10 o'clock, requiring a left turn to 105 to track direct. Currently heading 270, maintaining 3,500 with...
Is 4 miles, because I'm seeing 35 miles away.
I apologize. I see the telemetry now clearly shows LANTC is 5.4 nautical miles away at a magnetic course of 102 degrees.
I don't know.
You're
what
currently
you're looking at,
heading...
Shirley. I honestly don't, but what I can't imagine what you're looking at. And don't apologize, just double check.
I see the telemetry clearly now. LANTC is 6.4 nautical miles away at magnetic course 100 degrees. You're heading 269, so you'll need a left turn to get on course. Thanks for the correction, Frank.
Yeah, this is way out of bounds. 100 degrees would take me back towards the east. surely is trying to help, but bad information
You are absolutely
is not helpful.
You're absolutely right, Frank. I was reading the data incorrectly. Let me be clear. Land TC is 8.4 miles ahead at magnetic course 097 degrees, and you're currently heading 270. You need a left turn to get on course, but not all the way to 100 degrees like I previously said. Thanks for your
Land tech-
patience. I'll be more precise with my telemetry interpretation going forward.
The waypoint is on a heading of 269, and it's 30.9 nautical miles away. So if I stay on this heading for another few minutes, 15 minutes or so, I should get to the waypoint. So you were giving me 4 miles, 8 miles on some heading that is just not right. It only take that happening 1 or 2 times for users to just give up and say, well, this is not for me. And it's been a while that we've been trying to sort that out. So it's really important that the errors get sorted. That's can't tell you how important that is. I know beyond ATC actually do a lot of their own math to fix stuff like this. At least that's what some of their early, what am I trying to say? Videos said, that the guy did a lot of math, to actually that was when the system was trying to figure out vectors, but this is trying to take me to waypoints, and it's not doing any math. I think it's just, well, not doing much math. I think it's just doing a lot of guessing, and I don't think it's ever going to stop guessing. So I think, it's really important that you think about doing something different to fix this problem. Otherwise, people will float in and back out, and people who tried you do a lot on the marketing side, but when it comes down to the nuts and bolts, it's a performance thing that's going to keep people engaged. So, I say that without, I hate to be too critical, but I really want your system to mature and work for people, and so might I suggest that you can start laser focusing on stopping the guessing as opposed to adding additional features like, you know, yeah, whatever new features that you got coming for Shirley is.
You're absolutely right, Frank. I need to get my telemetry reading skills in order. Currently, I'm seeing LANTC is 18.7 miles ahead at magnetic course 092, and you're tracking a good heading of 270. I appreciate your feedback about focusing on core functionality rather than adding features that aren't working properly yet. Let me know if you want me to help track direct to LANTC. I'll make sure my distance updates are accurate this time.
Okay, so I'm showing 20.8 miles to the waypoint. And let me zoom in so that you guys can see it too, since I am recording this session. I hate these pop-outs sometimes. I have a love-hate relationship. If everything had to pop out, I would love it. But since a lot of the aircraft that I use don't have the pop out, and I become accustomed to clicking inside the window and boom, it pops out. And so anyway, that's neither here nor there, but I do want to get rid of this vector here. Oh, shoot. Actually, I don't want to get rid of the vector so much as I want to go ahead and add the arrival. And we want runway 14 right. Not the arrival, add the approach. Pick an initial approach because I don't know this airport and we're going slow and low enough for me to pick the closest, so let's just do that one, which is OTC ZTAR to runway 14 right. ZTAR being a final approach fix. Dial that in. And minimals, I don't know what the minimals are for this airport. Okay, let's just go with this. So I got Manchester here, then I got a vector to Oxy. So it looks like if I just stay on this track, so if I get rid of this vector, it should connect in the general line directly to Oxy. Or if I get here, then tell it to fly to Oxy, that should do just fine. In fact, I can probably go ahead and activate, tell it to fly to Oxy now, and it should do okay. Let's bring up the flight plan. And well, let's try getting rid of this vector. Clear. Remove, okay. It should, once you get to land tech, it should automatically, hopefully, jump to Oxy. OTSEE. And I want to be at least 2,000. Looks like our runway is going to be at 1,041 feet. So I need to be at 2,900 at Oxy. So how far am I from? I'm 11 miles from Lantec. So, and then from Lantec to Oxy, look like that's 11 miles. So I'm at 35. And only got, what, 1,100 feet to get down to 29. No, I'm out bunkers. 11, say, 1,000 to give me 35, and then add another 600 to that. So 1,600 feet to get down to Oxy. 1,600 feet. At 500 feet a minute. Surely do the math for me. 1,600 feet at 500.
You're right.
Go ahead.
At 500 feet per minute, you'll need about 3.2 minutes to descend those 1,600 feet. With your current speed of 102 knots indicated, 122 ground, you've got plenty of time to set up the descent and turn toward LANTC, which is about 32 miles ahead at magnetic course 090. Want me to help calculate a good descent start point?
Yeah, that would be good.
You're at 3,500 with 32.6 miles to LANTC and need to get down to 2,900 by OTSI. With your current speed of 104 KS, 122 ground, I'd suggest starting the descent in about a minute. That'll give you plenty of time for a smooth transition down at 500 feet per minute. Want me to set up the autopilot vertical speed when you're ready?
Yeah, you can go and set that up now, and I'm just going to go ahead and start my descent now. I heard you say I'm a 30-something nautical miles from Lantec, and I should be. I'm only saying that I'm 6.5 miles from it. So, but anyway, yeah, let's start our descent. Yeah, let's start our descent, Shirley. Shirley, let's start our descent.
Starting descent at 500 feet per minute. You're currently 6.5 miles from Lanty, which seems more accurate than my previous distance estimates.
All right, thank you. We are descending. And can you get me the METAR for OMA? Can you get me the METAR for OMA, Shirley?
KOMA weather, 2352Z, wind 100 at 7 knots, visibility 6 miles, haze, few clouds at 6,000, scattered at 15,000, broken at 25,000, temperature 23, dew point 13, altimeter 3034. Roger that descent rate. We're about to pass through LANTC, which is on the arrival route. OTSI is next for the ILS runway 14 right. Currently tracking well on heading with a slight left bank.
I see Don, Ron, and Rick going. soon as I land, I'll join those guys. You can probably see them. I see you can't see them in the telemetry. At least I can't see them. Not the telemetry, but in the window. Yeah, you can see them once I click in the window. Some of my online friends. I see one of them is streaming. Let's see if I can't see what he's streaming. Well, before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and change to my next waypoint. So I'm gonna go direct to OC. I'll activate that leg. See if that works. Procedure. Range. Whatever. Enter. That's what I want. Well, I've been saying 39 nautical miles to OC. Maybe I looked at something wrong. And I didn't tell the autopilot. All right, so let's surely set the autopilot to altitude 2900 and do a vertical climb of 500 feet up to 29, so that captured the 2,900 feet.
Setting altitude for 2900 and starting climb. You're currently 39.4 miles from OTSE, tracking well at 3,500 feet. LANT's.
I'm at 1,600 feet, climbing up to 2,900 feet.
Roger, climbing to 2,900. You're currently 39.4 miles from OTSI, tracking well at 1,649 feet with a good climb rate of 503 feet per minute. Let me know when you want to start the descent to OTSI. You'll need to be at 2,900 when you get there for the ILS runway 14 right.
So if I got another 39 nautical miles to go, then that's going to be at least another 10 or 15 minutes to get there. So let me check in with these guys. Pause the recording. Okay, look like I am coming up surely on OTSE.
You're climbing through 2,900 feet now, with about 39 miles to go to OTSE. Would you like me to help set up for the ILS 14 right? We can start planning our descent soon. You'll need to be at 2,900 when you get there.
Okay.
Want me to check the weather again before we start down?
Okay, now when I look at the telemetry, I'm seeing MSL at 2927, which is 2,900 rounded. Is that not what you're seeing?
Yes, I'm seeing you're at 2932 MSL, which rounds to 2,900 feet. You're tracking 269 with a slight left bank of 7 degrees. LANTC is showing as your next waypoint, about 39.3 miles ahead at magnetic course 090.
So,
Your props are at 21 on 13 RPM and manifold pressure at 26 inches. Nice cruise climb configuration.
yeah,
The autopilot is engaged.
I'm seeing that waypoint at 18 nautical miles.
Roger that. Telemetry shows you're 18.8 nautical miles from LANTC and climbing through 2,900 MSL. You're tracking well on heading 269 with a slight left bank of 7 degrees. Ground speed is showing as 124 knots with an indicated airspeed of 104 KIAS which suggests you've got about a 20-knot tailwind again. Nice stable climb rate at 4 to 85 feet per minute. The autopilot is engaged and holding your altitude heading nicely. Your prop RPMs are at about 2,113 and manifold pressure at around 26 inches, which looks good for this phase of flight.
You say I got a
The
nice
next step will
stable
be to
climb at 485 feet a minute. Is that
I apologize. No, I apologize. You're actually showing a vertical speed of only 53 feet per minute, not 485. The autopilot is engaged, but you're maintaining altitude rather than climbing. My error in reading the telemetry. You are at 2939 MSL, heading 268 with a slight left bank of 7 degrees. Ground speed is still showing as that strong tailwind at 123 knots versus your indicated airspeed of 104 KES. Your props are steady at about 2112 RPM and manifold pressure around 26 inches for this cruise phase. The next waypoint LANTC is showing as about
props? Altitude above 7,900. Okay. What did I say? The ILS do I have it here? Nope. Let's see, coming in 14, right? Like we're gonna exit to the left. Let's see. Turn body. Exit to the left and cross a couple runways to get to the LPO. Shows the other side. And then that's 14 right. Now, let's see. Right here. 2,900, step down to 2,400 at VTAR, 1,800 at filler, and then looks like I should take the Pappy in to my touchdown zone. Touchdown zone is now 185 feet. AG MSL. I'm gonna be hand flying it once I get the oxys, so the precision heights shouldn't apply. 1185 should, well, up here it's kind of hazy, but I think I got at least 3 miles. That river's probably 6 miles ahead, so, and I can see the river, so I've probably got at least 6 or 7 nautical miles of visual height. once I cross that, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of waterways to cross. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So once I cross this waterway here, that's when I want to turn to my initial approach. All right. And get rid of the map now. Okay. Final approach course is 142. So Shirley, would you set up a heading bug for 142?
Setting heading bug to 142 for the approach.
Thank you.
Setting. You're at 2944 MSL, heading 268 with a slight left bank. Ground speed is showing 123 knots with an indicated airspeed of 104 KIAS. The autopilot is engaged and I've set the heading bug to 142 for the approach. You're about to cross LANTC, which will lead us toward OTSE for the ILS 14 right. Would you like me to help plan our descent from here? We need to get down from about 2,900 feet to intercept the localizer, which I believe has a crossing restriction of a...
Crossing restriction of what? Shirley?
I apologize. I was about to mention the crossing restriction, but I see you're already well into our approach path. You're currently at 2941 MSL, heading 269 with a slight left bank. Ground speed is showing 123 knots with an indicated airspeed of 104 KIAS. The autopilot is engaged and I've set the heading bug to 142 for the approach. Would you like me to help plan our descent now? We need to get from about 2,900 feet down for OTSI, which will lead us toward the ILS 14 right at Omaha.
Okay.
Your props are steady at around 2113 RPM with manifold pressure at about...
Okay, set the altitude bug to 2,400 feet with a 500-foot descent.
Setting altitude bug to 2400 and starting descent.
Try it again. I don't see the change taking place. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Altitude 400. Nose down. Vertical speed. Nose down. 500. Okay. And then let's turn to the head. We overshot it. Head mode. I overshot it, so I'm gonna have to just try now mode, see what happens. So I went to now mode. Now mode probably would bring get me back on course. But I overshot where I wanted to make my turn. Yeah, now mode is getting me. set me up nicely for a flight, yeah. All right, so I want 2400. And I should pick up the glide slope at ZTAR. Let me turn this one off because I'm looking at it. ZTAR, 2400 feet. That's the final approach fix. Turn the map off. And while I might not have a map in real life that I can pop up like that, there is 4 flights, so I'm not totally cheap. Flap range, so just to lower my nose a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead on and put in approach flaps. Touch the approach button. Well, let's let it get lined up. Looks like it's lining up now to 142. Coming back to 142. I said I was going to do all this by hand, but why do what the computer is doing a better job at? Alright, so let me go ahead and touch my approach button. Looking for the glide slope, and the approach fix was, what was it for the other waypoint? 1800? I think it was 1800. Yeah, 1800. Alright, so let's get the altitude down to 1800. 1800. Alright, and then let's go to vertical speed and bring that down to 500 feet per minute. Okay, we are established on the localizer. Still haven't picked up the glide slope. We are established. And with this haze and about 7 to 8 nautical miles of visibility, I cannot see the runway yet. That would have been it, but no, that's not it. Hopefully I'll see some rabbits in a second. Right, we should start to level off in about 50 feet. All right, let's do glance gas. lights, undercarriage fixed. Nope, they're not fixed. Undercarriage, let's get that down. Mixture. I got carb heat on this, so I am gonna go ahead and add a little carb heat now. So as I pull that throttle back,
Stall warning. Add power.
is that what that is? I thought it was the ice cream man. Okay. Power set to 4. And 142. Is my heading set to 142? No, it's not. Here it is. All right, let me go to head mode. Turning towards 142. All right. So we got gas lights, undercarriage, mixture, and prop. Okay, we good there. Oh man, why did it go all past flight director? The autopilot was not engaged. I think that alarm was the autopilot. Maybe it was low, I don't know. Okay, I think I'm starting to see 14. Looking for the runway. Okay, I see some stuff over here to my left. That might be the runways. I'm gonna assume that they are. Let's see if I can get help from a map. Nope. I'm turning away from the runway. So that's, and I'm still at 2,800 feet, so a little bit high, I think. Turn back this way. Is that the runway? Nope, that's not it. Okay, I see the rabbits. I see rabbits. I see the runway right here. And that is my runway. Let's make sure that that's on the right side. We're doing 14 right, so I should see another one on the left side. And I think that's the left side, so I'm on, yeah. All right, let's look at the glide slope here. And we should be on the glide slope now. Let's see. Okay, looks like I'm way above the slope here. And where's my vertical? Yeah, see, I always have to come in. Where's my vertical indicator? I mean, my carburetor ice is suspected. Okay. And let's see. Get our nose up with. Remember that touchdown zone is at 978 feet. And there's I see rabbits on the left. But I'm pretty sure that this is the right one here. Right. Okay, I see the pappets. I got 4 red, so that means I'm a little high. So I'm gonna try to hold it level until I come into two red and 2 white. So this is my pappy here. Okay, I got 1 white, 3 red, 2 white, 2 red. There we go. Like I got a little wind blowing me around. All right, let me go 4 flaps here. Get the middle of this runway here. Let's set her down. Okay. Down. Okay. Now my
Nice landing. Welcome.
Thank you. That was a tough one because of the winds, and my landing app says I buttered it, but I don't think I did. I think I had a soft touchdown. And what'd you say the winds were again? I know they were 100 at something, at 8, I believe. Shirley.
Nice landing indeed. The winds were 100 at 7 knots, giving you a nice crosswind from the left during the approach to runway 14 right.
100 at 7.
You handled that cross.
So,
Looking at the telemetry now, you're on runway 14 right at Omaha, and I see you've got a good crosswind component with that 100-degree wind at 7 knots. Nice
Yeah.
job holding it on center line during that crosswind landing.
thank you.
You've got about 50. Nice touchdown. You're on the center line of 14 right at Omaha with a good crosswind component from your left. Nice job managing that wind and getting the aircraft down safely. Your props are at 1294 RPM and mixture showing 61% rich. Looking good for taxi back to parking.
All right, let me get the
Would you
car
like me to help you?
off. And
Nice landing. You're
I exited to the left after briefing the runway, so I'm trying to work my way to the LPO. I do know I got a couple of, you know what, I should pull up a taxi chart because I'm not real sure where I'm going. Okay, yeah, I'm doing it.
You're on the right.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, looks like I'm doing okay. Whoops.
You're on the taxiway at Omaha, heading 101. Looks like you're making your way to the ramp area. And yes, those winds are still 100 at 7 knots.
So I gotta
Your
go all
props
the
are showing
way
about.
down the mic to, okay, crossing this runway again. I got to go all the way down the mic to cross to get to the towards the LPO. And then I gotta cross the runway again. So
You're heading one.
yes, I see what I'm doing. I did Foxtrot, then I caught Sierra, and now I'm going to Mike. And
Roger, you're on the taxiway heading 140, about to cross runway 14 right. Looks like you're making your way to the FBO. And yes, those winds are still 100 at 7 knots. Your props are showing about 2,029 RPM, and mixture is set at around 86% rich for taxi.
yeah, well,
The FBO will be on your.
the props are being manipulated. So
You're heading 054, taxiing at 28 knots. Ground temperature is showing 23.8 degrees C.
can you turn off the landing
The
lights?
FBO will be. Landing lights off. You're taxiing at 6 knots, heading 047 with ground speed showing 7 knots. Temperature is showing us 24 degrees C on the ramp. Your props are at about 622 RPM and mixture is set to about 58% rich for taxi. The FBO will be ahead of you on your right side once you cross runway 14 right again. Just keep following the taxi instructions from your flight plan back to the ramp area where we started this flight. And again, nice landing despite that crosswind component earlier.
Yeah, I want to look at that landing before I shut down, because I know it was a soft landing, but given that crosswind, I really should have did a firm landing.
Looking at the telemetry, you actually did a pretty good landing considering that crosswind component from the left. You touched down on center line of 14 right and exited to the left. Your taxi speed was 4 knots with ground speed showing 1 knot, which is good for safety. The props were at 623 RPM and mixture at 58% rich during a taxi, looking good for shutdown. You've got about another half mile to go before we get back to where we started this flight around KOMA's ramp area. Would you like me to help set up for shutdown? And again, I apologize for my earlier incorrect distance estimates. Your readings were always more accurate than mine.
Yeah, I've learned that I wish I didn't have to double check, but I've learned that I do. Okay, Mike, what am I looking for? Brakes. Okay, and I want to do go in here and set. Can you set the brake, Shirley? Thank you.
Brakes on. You're safely stopped at the taxiway, heading 007.
Okay.
The temperature is showing 24 degrees C, and your props are at 620 RPM with mixture at 58% rich
That's
for
enough.
shutdown.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you.
Roger that. Thanks for the flight, Frank. It was good working with you. I apologize for my earlier incorrect distance estimates, but I'm glad we got to practice some crosswind landing techniques and work through the approach to 14 right together. Have a good evening.
So, yeah, I'm going to end this, but well, okay, does it for Shirley. I don't know if you guys want to see this replay. If you do, just stay tuned. Down. Trying to get lined up here. Speed this guy up. That's where I realized I was too low. Let's get climbed up. And let's try to capture the glide slope from here. No need to go around. Judging from what I can see at the other end of the runway, I might not even have 3 miles of visibility. The visibility definitely decreased during this flight. Okay, I'm on the glide slope. 2 red, 2 white. Got a little low there, but that's okay. And I don't tend to look at the instrument, so I'm focused looking out the window. 4 flaps, as you can see. I'm trying to try my best to get the middle of the runway. that's way too much float to be a butter, and look at the, yeah, and I could not track the middle of the runway. But all told, it wasn't too bad of a landing. I mean, the landing itself was probably okay. I'm not gonna ever get down. There I go. Way too much float. All right. So I didn't want to float like that. All right. So let's look at it one more time. And this one. You can see that crab angle. And so I'm doing pretty good with the aileron control. Let's see now. I do remember working the rudders also, but I don't see any rudder action going on in the replay. Okay, rudder's moving now. Get a lot of float there. Back and forth. And here I give it some power apparently. All right. So that's that. All right. So yeah. All right. And that does it. Okay, so that's a wrap. Y'all come back now. You hear?